Hey there, it's Missy Zarbach, and on today's Free Advice Friday, we're going to talk about how to find the man you want versus all of the other men that you're finding. Okay, we're going to start with something that someone in the sex-positive industry, his name is Reid Mihalko, he says, date your own species, and I am going to co-sign right on the bottom of that, and I'm going to say date your own species. And so if you like to go out and party 4 or 5 times a week, and you like to go on float trips 6 times a summer, and you like to, go dancing, and you don't ever want to have kids, and you want to be free, please don't go to church to try to find a partner. Please don't do that. And now, if you want to settle down and you want to have kids, and you're very devout in your faith, and you absolutely know your path there, please don't go to a bar and find your partner. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't meet a guy in a bar. That's probably not going to work out. So, if you want a prince, be a princess. If you want a king, you have to be a queen. If you want a good time friend, you probably just have to be a good time friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to date somebody casually, then you must be casual. And you can't be asking that person for a long-term commitment when you signed up for casual. You know what I'm saying? So, if you want a king, you got to go to the castle. And you have to date your species. I want you to be aware of the false king or the false prince or their false good time friend. And so this looks like somebody who talks a really, really good game, but when you look around their life, and thank goodness for Facebook, because we can stalk the life out of people, right? Facebook is an open invitation. Stalk me, please. Come look into my life. Use your tools. Use what you have available to you and really, really get into the heart of things. And so if he says that, he's a man of God, and then you can see pictures of him doing things that aren't very godly, be prepared to walk away. And if you see that he parties all the time, and you're interested in a casual friend, and when you go and you look into his life, or you talk to his friends about his life, and he's got 5 kids, and he's got all these responsibilities, and he's going to be tethered to that, be prepared to walk away. I would say when you have a list, and you have to have a list of expectations and have high expectations. Everybody else tells you your expectations are too high, blah, blah, blah. Well, let them have mediocre relationships. Let your expectations be very high, okay? Let them be super duper high. If the man that you're dating isn't hitting at least 85%, I'm thinking like 95% is much closer to a long-term solution. Let that man go. He's going to be 100% dude for somebody else. He's not going to be 100% dude for you. You have to give up the idea that you're going to take this, this ball of clay and mold him into this magnificent creature, because that doesn't work. Trust me, I've tried. Okay, I'm speaking from experience here. You cannot change someone into what you want them to be. It does not work. I repeat, it does not work. Run quickly. Go away in the opposite direction. Run screaming. Get out of there. Don't do that. And so what you're looking for is somebody who already is what you want. And now I will put a disclaimer on the bottom of that. There is such thing, and there is an early magnificent man, and there is an established magnificent man. And so you might be an early magnificent woman. And so don't hate on a guy because he's just starting out on his path, and maybe he's beginning to build his business, and maybe, he's, not that great of a dad, but he's got like parenting books all over his house and he's working on it. Or maybe, maybe he's not completely right with God, but he prays, Be aware that there are such things as early magnificent people. Donald Trump wasn't always Donald Trump, and Michael Jordan wasn't always Michael Jordan. And so you have to really, really address that. You have to really look at that. Like, is he an early version of his magnificent self? Yes? Then he is worth your time, I promise. Do not give up on the early magnificent man. Don't do it, because somebody might give up on that early magnificent woman. That is you. Don't be judgmental. Don't do that. Now, when you find an established magnificent man, this is like winning the lottery, okay? So you have to be an established, magnificent woman. You have to have your shit together. You have to know who you are. You have to be killing it in your own life already. Please do not go to an established man when you're not an established woman. Please don't do that, because you're wasting his time. And he might not say that, and he might be lovely about it, but you absolutely are wasting his time. And so this looks like a man who would describe himself as the divine masculine. This is something that I describe as a theta male. And so we know the difference between an alpha male and a beta male, right? So an alpha male, he's very strong, he's very outspoken, he's very athletic, he's very ambitious in his life, he's, you know, he's just killing it all over the place. He's a guy's guy, he's a man's man, you know. I would describe him as extremely masculine. And then you have a beta male. And so these men are also masculine, but they're much more in touch with their femininity. They're much more in touch with the gentler side of masculinity, and they don't feel a need to be all ooh rah and, you know, in your face, and they don't bro it up, you know, they don't wear tap out shirts, you know what I'm saying? So the theta male is what, you know, my actual preference is. This is a man that is not only an alpha, but who is also a beta. And so this is a man who can, you know, go lift heavy and then come back and have a legitimate conversation about his relationship with you and his feelings with you. And this is a man who is vulnerable. He's not afraid to be vulnerable, but he will kick your ass if he has to. You know, he's not going to just go fight, but if you challenge him, you're going to be challenged, right? And so these men are authentic. They make mistakes. They're, you know, they're lovely creatures to behold, quite honestly. And so if you find yourself with one of these theta males, please be real with him. Please treat him properly. Please do the right thing, because men get treated so poorly by women. And I know everybody wants to think it's the opposite, that women get treated poorly by men. But when you look around and you see that, you know, you have a commercial where the husband breaks everything and you have to call the plumber in to save the day, and, you know, dads aren't capable of taking care of their own kids, and, you know, things like this. Men get treated way more poorly than women do. And that is my opinion. If your opinion is different, I'm glad you know who you are. But when I look around, I see theta males everywhere. I see the divine masculine everywhere. And these men are afraid to be themselves because nobody told them it was okay. So what I'm saying is, guys, thank you. We love you. We appreciate you. Keep going. So ladies, if you find one of these theta males, if you find one of these divine masculine men, treat him like a king. And I'm going to make another video on how to keep your man happy, where I'm going to talk more about this. But just do it. You know, that's the kind of person you want to sign up with. If you find yourself with one of these false, magnificent men, be prepared to walk away. Be prepared to just cut ties and move forward, and don't feel bad about it. And why are you wasting your time with these guys? You know, I talk to a lot of women about these false magnificents, and they're like, oh, he's got so much potential. And I'm like, is he working on his potential? Like, he might have potential, but has he actually worked towards it? And so you might have a guy that's really handsome and really successful, but he's emotionally bankrupt. Is he working on his emotional self? If not, who cares what his potential is, because he's not bringing anything to the table there. He's not even interested. You want him to be interested. You want to change him, but it's never happening, baby. You got to let it go. You got to let it go. So I hope that answers some questions. If you want to elaborate more on that with me privately, if you have a special situation that you need to figure out, give me a call, or you can email me at themagnificentwoman@gmail.com, or you can hit me up on Facebook. This is a huge deal. It's a huge deal for a lot of women, I know, but it is possible. Lots of women have great, great men. I hope this helps. Have a great Friday. Bye.